Okay, I was going to talk about some knives I have that I really like. All of, really. I'm going to start with the Columbia River. Now, from everything I've read, this is 440C. I've had this for years. The old sawtooth. Got the rubber handle. And probably one day I'll take that tip, make it a little sharper, pointier. And a Baco, which is maybe made by Mora, I don't know that. I have a wood handle Mora and a backpack of mine. And I have another one in the kitchen that I use in the kitchen. That is a Mora with a rubber handle like this. And that's the Baco. It's probably the Sandvik steel, I'm assuming. The 12C27, I'm sure. A Kershaw I've had for years. Old flat grind. I like it. It's probably, I think it's AUS 8. Last I remember, it's been years. I like the little grip right here, if I need it. Buck Vanguard, 420HC. I've got a Buck 119 in my hunting bag. I got it elsewhere. It's been a good knife. I really prefer a 5-inch blade on a knife, but for skinning or whatever, this is fine. Got a K-Bar Marine Hunter. This is, I believe it's 4116 steel, and I believe it's possibly German steel made. It's a good looking knife, pretty knife. It holds a good edge also. Now here's something interesting that you might find interesting. This is an old Jim Zumbo knife with the saw, good hook, Charade Plus. This knife is pretty old. Some of y'all may remember Jim Zumbo's outdoor show. This one, I believe, is an Elk Foundation knife. I got this in one of our old hardware stores that has shut down since then. Went out of business, retired, I believe. And this has been a good knife. Sharpens easy. Nice knife. This is a Charade. I painted the handle. This is 1060 carbon steel. Some kind of commemorative United States commemorative knife, carbon steel. And it's 1060 carbon. I don't know exactly where it was made, but I've got two of these and one that's a Tanto style. Of course, my sling blade, outdoor edge. It's got the gut hook in it. You just flip the blade, push this button, flip the blade. Now, a knife I just recently got that I'm very impressed with, and I was saving it for last, is this Flissa D2 tool steel. This thing is sharp as a razor, and I am so impressed with it. If you notice the thickness and thickness of the point, and I will not be beating on this knife. I will not be abusing. I don't abuse my knives. I do not beat on my knives. If I need to beat on something, it's with an axe. If I need something different, it'll be a saw. But this is a beautiful knife. It's about 20 bucks, and I am highly impressed with this knife. Flissa. I've got one of their multi-tools. I'm impressed with it as well. And I believe this is the Scandi grind. And you do not want to put much pressure on this. It will slice your finger off. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about sharpening. Skin and game, I don't want what you call a stoned razor edge. Now these edges that come on new knives, as you know, were probably done on a belt, and so they're a rougher edge. They're a very sharp edge. But when I sharpen a knife, which I like this rough work sharp here, this is a rough diamond, and that is what I want. A rougher edge will cut the hide so much better than if you take a blade and take a fine stone and make it where it shaves hair, but it may not cut squirrel hide. I have seen that. This edge catches on my thumb, so I know that it's got a good cutting edge. There's a difference, and that's the only way I know how to explain it, is not an edge so fine that it will not rip through the squirrel hide or deer hide. Is the only way I know to explain that. Now, as Flissa came with a pretty nice case. It's not real thick, but it's okay. But what I did was I took a sawed case I had. It had a little pocket here with a Swiss Army with a saw and a flint. And I am going to put my new Flissa in this case. It fits in good and tight. But as I say, on the subject of edges, after the factory edge is wore down or becomes dull, the rougher edge that this diamond here provides is a superior skinning or cutting hide edge, in my opinion. Some people may defer on that and want a super fine edge. I don't. It don't seem to cut squirrel hide or hide as good as I like to if it's too fine. So the rougher edge is much better to me. It just cuts right through it. I don't have any trouble at all. And if you want to test a blade, just cut squirrel hide or clean a squirrel. That's how you do that if you really want to test one. Well, that's all I got right now. Just wanted to really brag about this Flissa. That is a beautiful knife. Good thick spine, durable. I can't wait to skin something with it. It's not really squirrel skinning knife. I usually use a pocket knife or that Vanguard or that Kershaw for that. But I just want to try it out. I know the Scandis are, a lot of people use them for wood, but I also like my outdoor edge. And I had another outdoor edge that the handle disintegrated. And I made a handle for it. And it's a rounder edge than this one. This one's more pointy, which I really like a point. And it was more rounded. But Outdoor Edge, I asked them to send me a handle for it, and they couldn't do it, so they sent me a new knife. I could not believe it. So I really thank and commend Outdoor Edge for their customer service, because I was not expecting that at all. I'm really happy with it, and the handle seems better than what originally my old one was. But anyway, this one, of course, that's a long. I mainly use this for camp or whatever to slice up stuff. I really don't use this one for skinning. It's more of a camp knife. I use these other knives for skinning, but my old Jim Zumbo knife, I really like it as well. And it came with a nice sheath as well. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little video. I'll try to do another knife video on some of my bigger camp knives or pocket knives maybe later. But I just got this one recently, and I really like it. I hope everybody enjoys the video, and I would appreciate it if y'all would like it. Thank you.